Hello, this is Mark from Suicide Silence, and you're watching Bare Bones Music.
Evil G, barebonesmusic.com, with Mark from Suicide Silence. Mark,
How are you?
thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Mayhem this year, Warped last year.
Yes.
It's much more. There's fewer bands here on Mayhem. There's 12, 60 on on Warped.
70.
What's it like being on Mayhem this year versus Warped Tour?
It's organized perfectly. We play the same time every day. We don't have to wake up and find out what time we play like Warped Tour. It's consistent and everybody's cool. Just like, production, the bands, everything's just smooth and fun.
And we hear that a lot, that Mayhem is run very well.
It's run so well.
As far as that goes. All right, The Black Crown.
Yes.
Came out July 12th.
Yep.
Just, what, 2 weeks?
That is 1 week ago.
1 week ago.
I just got first week numbers this morning.
Oh, did you? And?
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Last time we talked to you and Mitch about No Time to Bleed, you guys were talking about how you wanted No Time to Bleed to bury The Cleansing.
Yeah.
Now, is The Black Crown going to bury?
Oh, yeah, it does.
No Time to Bleed?
Absolutely does. Absolutely. Well, we put a lot more time into it. Mm-hmm. We talked about what we wanted to do more than just got in the room together and started writing stuff, and whatever came out, came out. It was like we wrote a ton of shit, and a lot of it just got scrapped because we were just like, this sounds like, we could have done this, 3 years ago, So it's more structured. There's more, just all around, more thought put into it, and it's cool. I mean, we started, excuse me, and February of 2010, we rented a cabin, and we went up to the mountains and got snowed in, and just jammed, and like I said, we wrote a bunch of stuff and eventually just scrapped it all. We wrote, I think, 5 or 6 songs that we just like, no, like none of this is good enough to be the third record. Like everybody says, third records make it or break it, kind of deal. But it was like, okay, this is what we signed. This is the last record that we signed for. And we just wanted to make it count, and I love it. It's fucking amazing.
Let's talk about the single "You Only Live Once," which has been out. And what is up with the video?
Well, basically,
just go watch the video. I'm not even going to explain it, but what was going into that video there?
I remember it was me and Mitch and Garza and our manager. We were at Buffalo Wild Wings. We were having like a promotional meeting about what we were doing because we'd already finished the record. And what we're gonna do, promoting things, and what videos we're gonna do, and that it came from the lyric at the end of the song is you only get one shot.
Right.
So we're like, okay, well, what can we do? You only live once. How are we gonna work this out? And I don't know. It just kind of came out of our asses, and just like, all right, let's have a bunch of people that might not necessarily want Suicide Silence, the band, to exist.
Right.
So it starts with the cop shooting Mitch, and then it starts with the hot chick shooting Dan Kenny with an arrow, and then the other chick shooting me, the scene kid that can't hold the fucking shotgun.
You get knocked over.
Yeah. I mean, all that stuff. We were sitting and we were just talking about what we were gonna do and eating chicken wings. It was cool. I mean, it was like. Have you ever seen Tokyo Gore Police?
No, I have not seen Tokyo
Gore Police.
Tokyo Gore Police.
Like a weird, gory horror flick. But basically, a girl's vagina turns into an alligator and starts eating people and stuff. It's great. And then a guy's dick turns into a gun and he's shooting people with his dick. But that's where the gore kind of came from. The idea of the gore was Tokyo Gore Police, because it kind of gets artsy and slows down and there's blood squirting everywhere. And yeah, that's where. And I was like, oh, when I do my guitar solo, I want to get shot in the knee and then shot in the arm, and then play it with one hand and just get weird and make it. I think it's cheesy in all the best ways.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, we just want to have fun with it.
If you have to pick a song, and I'm going to pin you down on this one because most people say, "Oh, I love the whole album; it's all great and stuff like that." But if you had to pick one song from this record that kind of defines what the whole album is about and what your sound is right now, what would be that song for you personally?
Well, that is a hard question. I don't think Superbeast is even on the record, but we covered Rob Zombie on it.
Right. I was gonna ask you about Superbeast being this. It's a bonus track on iTunes.
That's where it is. There's so many fucking special edition, like I don't even know. The record's called The Black Crown. I don't know what other editions there are. I don't know. I mean, I think Superbeast is funny. Like what defines this record is kind of the way we wanted to like structure the songs more, and that's kind of why we covered that song. We tried to find a song that would be, kind of set what we're doing right now, and that cover is kind of more along the lines of what we're doing, just trying to play like stupidly ignorant heavy, but at the same time still have the old school structure,
right?
And like actually have choruses.
Who knew? You had teased this prior to the album came out. You kept saying we got special stuff coming up, things you won't know about, you couldn't release. And,
I might have just been lying.
No, I think one of the big things was Jonathan Davis and Frank Mullen doing guest spots on the record. What were your thoughts when you heard that was going to happen?
Well, we wrote that song originally. What we tentatively called "Witness the Addiction" was "Epic Fail," because we were just like writing a song. We're like, how should we write this song? We wanted if Jonathan wasn't going to be on it, then we weren't going to put the song on the record.
Right.
So we called it "Epic Fail," kind of with hopes that he would actually do it. And once he did, it was just like, holy crap! Like, what are people going to think about this? Like what?
Yeah.
Everybody. I think.
What did you think about it?
I think it's great. I mean, it's crazy. One, because we kind of wrote it for him. We wrote the lyrics as well, and then once we heard the way he did it, he changed it a little bit from the way that we had it written.
Right.
The way he did it was awesome, and it's just like I didn't know how it was going to blend, and I think it blends really well, and especially for Mitch, like he wrote the lyrics, and the lyrics are really personal to him, and we all just freaked out about it, and then also having Frank on it too. Like, we're like, okay, if we're gonna have Jonathan Davis on it, we got to get somebody to like level it out, like to like.
And he's on Smashed.
Yeah. It's like some kids just don't know about Suffocation.
Right.
And a lot of kids don't even know about KORN, and KORN's one of the, if not the heaviest live bands ever. And if you listen to their CDs, it sounds it's dumbed down to me. Like when you see it live, you're like, holy fuck, this is like the most heavy thing ever. And then Suffocation is like the other spectrum of heavy, where you listen to the record and it's like, this shit is brutal as fuck. And then you see it live and you're like, oh my god, I never knew anything could be this heavy. And so I don't know, it's just kind of cool to have like the two spectrums of retardedly, ignorantly, stupidly heavy music. And I don't know, it's crazy.
What about this? Where do you guys think you fit within the Mayhem bill?
I don't know. It's the second time that we've done it, and all I know is that the crowds are always really good, and everybody tells me how good we're doing on it.
How the show?
Yeah.
We're 9 days in. How the show's been?
Ridiculous. Like so.
Even
good.
in this heat.
Yeah.
Kids going crazy.
Yeah. We were in Arizona. It was like 105 and really dry, and there was a circle pit around the soundboard. I went all the way around. I mean, I've seen bands do that before, but that's never happened with us, and we're just like, holy fuck, this is crazy. And I mean, Mitch is very commanding. If the crowd sucks, he'll tell them they suck. Yeah. And that, I mean, I know when I saw Down at Ozfest, Phil was just like, you guys are the worst fucking crowd I've ever seen in my life. And then by the end of the set, he's like, talking about it, just like, you guys went from down here way the fuck up here, and I'm like, now I look back, I'm sure he said it every fucking day, right. But that made me just lose my shit. So
you know how to motivate a crowd.
Yeah, that's what I guess.
All right, guys. Black Crown. It's been out a week, but there's tons of tracks online. Get the one on iTunes, because that's the one that's got Superbeast on it. You're covered. You've covered songs before. You've done House of Chains.
Yeah, we do a cover every record.
So Superbeast is on this one. I heard it. It's really cool. It's killer.
Thanks.
It's a great copy of that. So Mayhem, check them out. What have you done after Mayhem?
We're headlining in Australia, then we're headlining in Canada, then we're going to Europe and doing the Never Say Die tour, and then we're going to South America with Cannibal Corpse. And I don't think this has been released yet, but I think we're going to Southeast Asia while we're before we come home from Australia. So we're doing like Indonesia and Malaysia and stuff like that.
So after this, you guys are pretty much overseas. All right, you got to get them now while they're on Mayhem. Check them out. New record. What song are you bringing out into the set?
On this tour, we're doing "You Only Live Once," "Fuck Everything," and "Slaves to Substance" off the new record.
Oh, you still got 3 of them. Now you guys have sets for what, 30 minutes long?
Yeah, we're trying to cram as much music as we can. You know.
Well, it's rare. I usually hear bands say, "Oh, well, we put 1 song in there."
Yeah.
You know.
Well, no,
they got 3.
It's out. You know what I mean? We're promoting it, and it's out. So we got to play as much new stuff. And dude, the new songs are going over better than the old songs. I think people are just excited that we have new music. So.
All right, Black Crown, check it out. These guys are awesome. Mark, thanks for sitting down with us, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Check it out.